All right, so listen, I'm gonna do this short video because everywhere I look on social media, it seems like this is what everybody's talking about right now. Everybody's talking about the WNBA and their revenue share and the fact that they subsidized by the NBA. They ain't made no money in 25 years. It's basically a failed project, and people keep acting like, "What can we do? We don't know what to do to fix this. What can we do?" All right, so I'm gonna get it again. And WNBA, whoever sent up in them executive offices, if you end up using my idea, cut the check. Go ahead and cut the check. So it's simple, man. The number one supporters of the WNBA are men. Already, women do not tune in to watch no WNBA. They're not going to the games. They do not support their own sport. All right. The WNBA, what you got to understand is just not exciting at all. If we want to see top tier basketball skill, that's what the NBA is for. That's where the Dream Team came from. That's what Michael Jordan was, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, Allen Iverson, Kobe, all the greats, Steph Curry, fucking LeBron, Trae Young, KD, all the greats that's really doing it, that can really show you top-notch basketball skill on a world-class level are in the NBA. The WNBA feels like you're watching high school girls play, and that is not interesting. That's not interesting. That's not must-see TV. So I'm gonna give you guys the cheat code. Since you're only making $130 million a year, if you use my idea, I promise you in the next 5 years, you will double, maybe even triple your revenue. Here it comes. The first thing you gotta do, this idea came from Shaq. You gotta lower the rim. We wanna see bitches dunk. We wanna see y'all dunk. That's it. Dunking is literally, it's the most exciting thing that can happen in a basketball game. Outside of Steph Curry pulling up from 40 or 50 feet. If you're not pulling up from 40 or 50 feet and splashing, shooting and turning around, not even watching it go in, if you're not Steph Curry, then the most exciting thing you can do on the court is dunk. That's it. Sorry. And here go number two. You women, and I know feminists gonna probably try to come for me. You can't cancel me. I got a small channel. I ain't got nothing but 25 subscribers, so you can't cancel somebody who ain't even already started, so I get to give my honest opinion. You women are already out there sexualizing yourselves every day. Through OnlyFans, before OnlyFans, you were sexualizing yourself on Instagram and Facebook. You women constantly sexualizing yourself, whether it's on Pornhub or in the whole porn industry. You constantly sexualize yourself. Why do you feel like you don't need to sexualize yourself in the WNBA to get eyeballs on you? It's just that simple. I'll give you an example before I even give you the idea. The only two reasons that I watch female fights in the UFC is not because of their skill. If I want to see skills and knockouts and shit, that's what we got Francis Ngannou and all the men for, to see athleticism. If men are tuning in, we want to see women's bodies. That's it. When I watch Holly Holmes and Ronda Rousey fight, I don't give a rat's vagina who is better skilled. I don't even care who wins. I just like looking at their bodies. When they get on the ground and they're doing that jujitsu, I'm not looking at, oh, is she about to get the Kimura? I could care less. I'm saying, boy, look at that print. God, Ronda really got a thick little ass down there. Look at that. Look at Ronda. Yeah, I do some things to Ronda. I'm glad she got Ronda on her back right now. That's the thought that goes through the masculine mind. And if we are the ones who are tuning in, WNBA, you need to get on board too. If your players are running around in there, like on that Drake video, best I ever had, wearing boy shorts or thongs and bras, that's must-see TV. And the rim is a little shorter where you dunking. You got some bitch that just dunked on another one and she just fell down. We're going to be looking at the dunk. We're going to be looking at the woman who dunked. And we're going to be looking at the one that fell, because we're trying to see it all. Literally, I'll give you an example. Last year I've never had a desire or a liking or any type of affinity for track and field. It's this chick named Fatima Diame out of Spain, and I literally spent all last year watching track and field trying to catch her just because she's fine. She would do her long jump and would look so gorgeous getting up from that long jump that I was literally tuning in. She literally, I think she went viral on YouTube just because she's fine. So the same track and field uniforms, you could put the WNBA girls in that. If you went a step further and put them in thongs and stuff, you would be packing out arenas. And me personally, if you lowered the rim and put them in some sexy clothes, there ain't no way I would watch an NBA game over a WNBA game, because that's just stupid and gay. There ain't no way I watch a bunch of dudes running around. LeBron, I have to catch them dudes on Sports Center. But I would be trying to catch WNBA game live. Just for that opportunity there might be a titty that'll pop out. Or, oh, somebody gonna get dunked on and they're gonna look exceptional when they get up. So that's it. That's the secret. So you can sit in them board offices and sit there and keep whining and bitching about not making enough money, because nobody is going to tune in to see that. Nobody cares who the third tier basketball players are. The G League boys are better than them. I know high schoolers that are better than WNBA players. And this is to the GMs, but if y'all started putting some chicks on those teams just because they fine, because to be honest with you, some of your top players be bricking and airballing anyway, so it ain't like you're picking them just because they just so wonderful at playing basketball. Pick some of these really sexy chicks and then put them in some sexy uniforms and then watch how your revenue go up. That's a gifted idea from a gifted dude. You welcome. And if you use it, WNBA, NBA, whoever's subsidizing over in the NBA, because the WNBA ain't going to be able to afford it, NBA cut the shit. That's a real easy idea, real short video. We're keeping it under 8 minutes, but there go all your problems solved right there. All your problems are solved. You welcome. As a matter of fact, like, I'll give you an example. The most exciting part to me of a female UFC fight is the weigh-in. I just saw a weigh-in the other day, man, where this chick came out wearing some pink lingerie. This chick was so damn fine, man. Her titties was sitting so pretty. I mean, good grief. How them dudes on the stage don't just sit there and oogle and Google and eyeball them chicks is beyond me. They got the discipline of Kung Fu monks, Shaolin monks or something, but this chick was so fine. I probably done watched that weigh-in 3 or 4 times. The weigh-in. I watched the fight, wasn't even impressed. It's like when I saw the fight, it's like they got their titties taped down or some shit, and they both had their hair braided to the back. That just wasn't even it wasn't even very sexy. But that weigh-in, what the WNBA need to realize is, if your average viewer, which is a dude like me, your average viewer, if I would prefer to watch a UFC weigh-in over your main event, over entire WNBA game, I'm telling you exactly what ingredient in that recipe is drawing my attention. The UFC female weigh-in is like must-see TV. It's must-see TV. So, I mean, that's basically the secret, man. In conclusion, is like, before I even wrap it up, just think about this. The most talked about Super Bowl in the last maybe 20 years, it wasn't even a Super Bowl, it was the halftime show. Janet Jackson titty popped out for like 0.2 seconds. And people talked about that for a decade. For more than a decade. You can still go certain places and talk to certain people, and they'll still be, hey, you remember that time on the Super Bowl, Janet Jackson titty was out? Now imagine if that was, even though a minute possibility, just one of the most minutest possibility every week on every WNBA game. Men would tune in. men would tune in. Period. Like I already said, if you guys adopted this idea and we had fit, fine female athletes running around playing basketball, which is a sport we already love, there is no way I'm watching LeBron or even Steph or even Trey in Atlanta, my favorite team. I'm not watching that over the Sparks. I'm not watching that over any other WNBA games. I'm going to tune into the WNBA games live when they air, and then I catch them boys on Sports Center. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So you could be on you guys could be on the feminist bus where, no, we don't want to sexualize the women, and you can stay on the feminist bus and stay broke. That's your decision. Or you can get out there and make some money. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Because it's ridiculous when you got OnlyFans chicks in freaking random cities around America making more money than professional WNBA athletes. So like I said, we're living in that age now, the age of female sexualization, where females sexualize themselves and try to pretend that they're not. Well, you guys are just going to have to be honest with yourself and realize that's what you're going to have to do to keep up, because nobody is watching you. Nobody is paying attention to you. And nobody cares about your feelings. The fact that you feel you should make more money or that you feel you should get more viewership. We don't care. We just don't care. So you have to put something in front of these masculine eyes to make them tune in, because women aren't tuning in anyway. So it's not about what you want. It's about what your audience wants. And here I am, a member of your audience, telling you exactly what we want. I probably watch my whole life. I've never even sat through a whole WNBA game. I probably only tune in for 30 minutes or so and maybe 10 games in the last 25 years since y'all been an establishment. I've watched more bikini football games than WNBA games. And I told you already why I tune in to watch the female UFC fighters. I don't care about their skill. They all trash compared to the men. But it's entertaining to watch them in those outfits rolling around, because there's a lot to see. And that's how the masculine brain works. And you're going to have to appease the masculine brain to get that masculine money, because women aren't paying to see that shit anyway. You're welcome. So in conclusion, if y'all use my idea, cut the check. I'm an ideas guy. And then secondly, that's it. That's the perfect solution. And if you think it's not, then that's just because you're stupid and you don't want to make no money.